previous video we discussed about the break-even analysis. This break-even analysis also called as a cost bundle profit analysis, CBP analysis, or it is a break-even analysis, BEA analysis, BE, it is a BE, or CBP, it is a CBP. So in this break-even analysis, this total cost consists of the variable cost and fixed cost, and that variable cost increases with their production. Variable cost increases with their production. Fixed cost remains fixed. Fixed cost remains fixed. We consider some assumptions. in this break-even analysis. If you observe this diagram, there is some linear variation. There are some linear variation in the cost and in the sale. In the particular cost and in this particular sale term, in the sale term or sale quantity. So there is some linear variation. So some assumptions are made in the break-even analysis. Some assumptions are made in the break-even analysis. So these are the assumptions are the change in the revenue and cost arises only because change in the number of product units produced and sold. So this revenue or cost changes. As that sales are changing, as that according to the sale, this revenue or cost changes according to the sale or according to the production. This is the first assumption. There is no another factor. To change this revenue or cost. So these are changes according to the number of quantity produced or number of quantity sold. This is the first assumption. Another assumptions are this total cost divided into fixed component and the variable component. And this vary with respect to the level of output. So this total cost vary with respect to the sales or with respect to production. Total cost vary with respect to sales or with respect to production. And again there is a linear relationship. Between the revenue and cost. There is a linear relationship between the revenue and cost. There is a linear relation between revenue cost and that sales. Revenue or cost and the sales or production. So these are some assumptions. And as it is a linear variation, it should follow this equation. Y is equal to X plus C. Now Y represent revenue, X represent cost, and M represent coefficient of that cost representing profit. Coefficient of cost which representing profit. So Y represent revenue, X is the cost, and C is the again constant, and the CM represent coefficient of that cost. And C is the constant. So this should follow a linear variation. Y is equal to mx plus c. Another assumptions are these unit selling price, unit variable cost, and fixed cost remain constant. These are the remain constant, and these are cost. This break-even analysis or cost volume profit analysis is based on the single product. It cannot consider the multiple product. This break-even analysis considered only for single product. We can consider for break-even analysis multi-products. If that company having multi-products, that are not considered in this break-even analysis. So for that, in such case, that particular multiple products, if you consider that sale mix. Sales quantity, that due to the multiple products will remain constant as the level of total units will change. So you can also draw a break-even analysis graph for the multiple product, but that combination of sales of that multiple product should be remain constant as that product sale total unit sale or total unit sold. These are similar to this simple single product. These are similar to the single product. These are similar to single product. So generally it is used for the single product analysis. It is generally used for single product cost volume profit analysis. This is used for single product. And again, in this break-even analysis, we cannot use, we will not consider this time value of analysis, time value of money analysis, theorem, price of elasticity, that are not considered in this break-even analysis. That are not considered in the break-even analysis. So, in this break-even analysis, as we discussed, this margin of safety difference between the expected level of sales and the break-even sales. So, this margin of safety is the expected sale minus break-even sale, expected sale minus break-even point sale. So that difference is nothing but the margin of safety. Contribution margin is again difference between selling price and variable cost. SP minus VC. Selling price represented as a capital SP, variable cost represented as a capital VC. So contribution margin is represented as a SP minus VC. And contribution margin ratio is the ratio of this contribution margin to the selling price. Contribution margin to the selling price. So this gives contribution of every sale rupee in covering fixed cost and operating profit. So this is the contribution margin divided by selling price. It will give the contribution margin ratio. Angle of incidence. Angle of incidence, the angle at which the total revenue line increases the total cost line. The angle made by this total revenue line, angle made by total revenue line with increase in the total cost line. That particular angle is considered as an angle of incidence. And profit volume ratio, it is the ratio of contribution and sale. It is the ratio of contribution and sale. It is the profit volume ratio. So with these terms, we can move further. And this break-even point, at this break-even point there is no profit and there is no loss. And this we can write down in terms of the physical units. So this break-even point is a fixed cost divided by selling price minus variable cost. And that are again write down in terms of the sale. So this we can write in terms of the sales as a fixed cost divided by selling price minus variable cost into selling price. So in this sale volume, this break-even point in the sale volume is similar. Only we consider as a selling price. So multiply with this term with the selling price, it will give that break-even point in terms of the sale volume. So with this example, we go through with these equations, or with these terms, we will go through some examples based on this break-even analysis. So this is the one example is given here. So this company produced 5,000 units. This company produced 5,000 units with variable cost 25 rupees per unit, and it contributes 25% of its revenue to the company's fixed cost and profit. Each unit contributes 25% of the revenue to the company's fixed cost and profit. And now company want to reduce that price of that particular product. Company want to reduce the price of the particular product by 5%. By reducing this price 5%, how much quantity will increase? How much quantity that company should increase so that profit remains same. As before the price reduction. So company want to reduce that price of that particular product by 5%. By reducing that price 5%, how much quantity we can increase so that profit remains same? That is the asking quantity. So X be the selling price. We consider X be the selling price in rupees or per unit of the product. And contribution to the fixed cost and profit is a 0.25 of X. contribution to the fixed cost and profit is 0.25x. It is given here. Each unit contribute 25% of the company's fixed cost and the profit. So it is a 0.25x. So to selling price x is equal to this contribution plus 25. 25 is variable cost. 25 is variable cost per unit. 25 is variable cost per unit, which is a considered, plus this contribution to the fixed cost and profit 0.25x. So after simplification, we will get that quantity is a 33.33. That quantity we will get 33.33. Now this quantity, we have this quantity, this is selling price, we have this selling price 33.33. Now this selling price is reduced by 5%. This selling price is reduced by 5%. Now new selling price becomes 0.95 into this 33.33. So new price is 31.66. Now with this new price, how much quantity should increase? So that profit remains same. So we have formula Q is equal to quantity Q is equal to fixed cost plus profit. Divided by selling price minus variable cost. For new quantity again we can use that same formula. For new quantity again we can use same that formula. Fixed cost remains same. Profit also should be same. Variable cost also should be same. And this now selling price now changes by reduction of 5%. So this new selling price SP. Now we consider this ratio of Q divided by Q new. Consider ratio Q divided by Q new is equal to. So this FC plus P and FC plus P that get cancelled, and we will get this equation as a SP new minus VC divided by SP minus VC. So put this values. Variable cost value is 25. Say previous selling price is 33.33, new selling price is 31.66. So that ratio comes as a 0.799. And now previous quantity we know this previous quantity as a 5,000 units. So put the here 5,000 unit, and we will get a new quantity as a 6,258 units. So with this same formula, we can find out how much quantity we can increase by reducing that price of that original product by 5%. So another example, they asked to find out that margin of safety. So margin of safety in last previously we discussed that margin of safety is nothing but actual sale minus sale value at break-even point. So in this example they asked to find out margin of safety. So in this example they write here the given as a this quantity given as a this company calculate the break-even point and that turnover required to earn a profit of rupees 40,000. With fixed overhead of 2 lakh, selling price is rupees 20 and variable cost per unit is rupees 2. And if the company is earning a profit of rupees 40,000, find out that margin of safety. First we find out that contribution per unit. So that contribution per unit is this selling price minus variable cost. This is a 20 minus 2, which is rupees 18 per unit. This is contribution per unit. Is rupees 18 per unit. Now fixed overhead is 2 lakh. It is given. So break-even point is equal to fixed overhead divided by contribution per unit. Break-even point is equal to fixed overhead divided by contribution per unit. So fixed overhead 2 lakh divided by 18 contribution per unit. So this will be quantity 11,112 units. That are the units at the break-even point. And to this unit, if you multiply the selling price 20, we will get this quantity. In terms of rupees. Now turnover, we required 40,000 rupees profit. We required 40,000 rupees profit. For this 40,000 profit, now fixed overhead plus profit divided by contribution per unit. Q is equal to in last example also we discussed as a Q is equal to fixed overhead plus profit divided by contribution per unit. So fixed overhead is 2 lakh plus profit is 40,000 divided by contribution per unit 80. So we will get this quantity 13,334 units. And multiply this quantity with selling price 20, we will get this quantity. Now actual sale. Now this actual sale is a 13,334. Actual sale is 13,334 with this sale value. Sale at break even point is a 11,112 with this sale value. And difference between this is nothing but a margin of safety. So margin of safety is equal to actual sale minus sales at break-even point. So difference between this you will get this quantity. Difference between these units we will get this margin of safety in terms of the products, in terms of the quantity or product, and difference between in these two we will get margin of safety in terms of the rupees. So this example is similar to the previous example. But here they ask margin of safety. Here margin of safety is equal to actual sale minus sale at break-even point. So these are the two examples on the break-even analysis. Another example, we go through this another example. So here in this example, that profit volume ratio is given for pharmaceutical companies 50% and margin of safety is a 40%. Now they asked to find out break-even point and the net profit if that sale volume is a 50 lakh. So sale value is given here as a 50 lakh. Sale value is given as a 50 lakh. Margin of safety is given as a 40%. So 40% of this sale value, it will give this 20 lakh. Rupees. Now break-even point is equal to sales minus margin of safety. So difference between this sales and this margin of safety, we will get this 30 lakh value. For the break-even point. Now sales at this break-even point, this difference is a sales. So sales at BAP is 30 lakh. Now contribution at this break-even point. We can also calculate it as a sales at break-even point into profit to volume ratio. So 30 lakh into 50%. So it will give you that quantity or rupees in terms of rupees as a 15 lakh. Now the fixed overheads are the sales. At break-even point minus contribution at the break-even point. So contribution is nothing but the contribution. Fixed overhead is equal to sale at break-even point minus contribution at the break-even point. So this will be calculated as this is 15 lakh. So sales at BAP is 30 lakh and contribution at the break-even point is 15 lakh. So this difference between this becomes 15 lakh. And so therefore net profit, if that sale volume is rupees 50 lakh, we can calculate it as a sales into profit volume ratio minus fixed cost. So this sales is 50 lakh into profit volume ratio 50% minus 15 lakh. So it will come as a 10 lakh. So this example is based on the profit volume ratio. So we discussed here break-even point and example some numerics on the break-even point in this video.